Well, what's up guys, welcome back. So, as you can see, we're on Steam Deck again, and this time we're playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And we're already in game straight away, we're on Rejinx, as you can see. And right now, we're standing in the Shrine of Resurrection right at the very start of the game. And we're getting about 20 frames per second. Now, there is a lot of stuff going on in here. There's a lot of alpha effects with the fog, there's some particle effects, and we're in a very confined area. So just take a spin around, see what happens. Not good, but we'll run over here, get the Sheikah slate, and then we'll skip to it being outside. Or we'll just run straight through and see what happens. Now, as you can see, I have changed back over to Vulkan again. OpenGL in Vulkan seems to run better with AMD, which is the graphics card inside the Steam Deck. The reason I had it set to OpenGL is because Pokemon would have a big yellow screen right across it. It was just everything was yellow. You could still see what was going on in the game. It's just there was a yellow overlay over the entire screen when playing Pokemon Scarlet on the Steam Deck. So if you switched to OpenGL, it took that away, and then I just kept it on OpenGL. But we'll switch it back to Vulkan and we'll run through and see what's going on. So we are getting some drops here. But as I said, there is a lot of effects going on inside the Shrine of Resurrection. It is a quite confined area, so we'll jump outside, see what's going on. Okay, so we are now outside, and let's see how this goes. I'll be honest, frame rate's higher than I expected it to be. But that could just be with this opening sequence. Once we actually get to running about, it might be different. Okay, we're on the Great Plateau. We're about 17, let's say about 17 frames per second. But this is in docked mode. Let's see what happens when we put it into handheld. Obviously, the graphics are going to change a little bit there. Let's just switch between it again and see what happens. So if you look over at the Temple of Time, you can see the level of detail changing. And with the mountains behind it on the left here, you can see it changing too. So we'll keep it in handheld. I think that's going to give us our best performance out of this. Maybe not. My Steam Deck has crashed. So when my Steam Deck finally unfroze, it continued to record, but my screen went completely blank, which means that my recording software completely restarted its recording, and for some reason, even though my mic was still active, it didn't record any of my commentary. So for this section, up until we start Yuzu, it's just going to be gameplay, I guess. Sorry about that.
Link. Head for the point marked on the map in your Sheikah slate.
Okay, so we're back. We are now using Yuzu, and we're still on Steam Deck, as you can see. So we've got Vulkan, GPU normal, docked, and then these really don't match just to make it look better on my end. So we'll see if we can put GPU high. It's not really doing much. Handheld. It's trying when it's in handheld, but we'll keep it docked right now and we'll see what's going on. So we'll run over here. And I'll be honest, there's a little bit of the controller doesn't seem to be responding as well in Yuzu as it did in Rejinx. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect my controller and reconnect it, see if that helps.
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
Okay, so my controller's reconnected. Since it's an Xbox controller, I can just hold the power button down and, well, the Xbox button down on the controller and it turns the controller off on its own. Yeah, it's actually far more responsive now. It's not making me run off into the distance for no reason. And I've noticed that I can't see as far. There's a weird artifacting effect on Yuzu. You can see it around the fog, especially at the top of the screen right now, but it's also in the distance. You can't see as far because of the artifacting on the on Yuzu. I don't even know if artifacting is the right word for it.
Hold the Sheikah slate up to the pedestal. That will show you the way.
Oh, it might just be because of these effects here, bilinear in FXA, so it could be my my settings that are messing that up. But we're up at 30 frames per second there, which is something that Rejinx didn't do. And we're still building shaders as we're going through, so maybe this will work out better in the long run. I know this game does run really well on Cemu. I've tried it on Cemu on my Steam Deck though, and you still need to find the shaders, and everywhere I look for the shaders it's some sketchy website. I'm not going to do that. So when we were playing Crisis Core, Rejinx had that kind of issue where the environment was flashing. And Breath of the Wild, that happens with Yuzu. So we'll run out and see if anything fixes. Well, I was going to say it fixed itself, but then another tree started doing it too. And it's building shaders as we run around. Honestly, no matter how many times I see this section in this game, it still gives me goosebumps. I absolutely love this game. I think everyone should play it at one point in their lives, and we have trees that are just flashing and just not existing and existing at the same time. Okay, so at this point we did go over to handheld mode the on reagents, so we're going to do that again here. And handheld dot handheld dot. So we'll stay in handheld for the time being. We'll run down, get this axe, and go try fighting something again. So as you can see, it's still building shaders. I think overall, this one, after it's built, all the shaders will be the better experience. I mean, it's up at 28 frames per second there in that area because all the shaders are built. That's something that Reagents didn't do. It came nowhere close to that. Let's see if it does it again. Yeah, up here is really, really smooth because all the shaders have been built for it. Well, maybe not here, but right here. This exact section right here is really nice once all the shaders are built in. But we'll run down and see what happens. Still building shaders. Okay, right, I know how to use my weaponry. Should just run so I can get to him a little quicker. I was trying to get Thingway again, Flurry Rush, but... Oh, and I get slapped. Dead. There we go. So again, what is wrong with those trees? Again, this game doesn't look like it works well on Steam Deck, at least on the Nintendo Switch emulators. If you're able to get CMU, and if you're able to get the shaders for Breath of the Wild, and you can load them in before you start playing, chances are you're going to have a much better experience emulating The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Steam Deck if you use the Wii U emulator. I cannot recommend using Reagents or Yuzu for it. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day and I'll see you all next time. Bye now.